Hi, I'm Jennie Romer. I'm an attorney and the founder of plasticbaglaws.org. I'm an expert on plastic bag laws, and I consult with cities and states all over the country on drafting the most effective legislation. In this series, I'll answer the main questions that I'm asked about these laws and help you become a plastic bag law expert too. The argument that bag fee laws disproportionately impact low-income communities is often raised, so it's important that bag fee laws address this, both in the structure of the ordinance and in messaging. First, advocates working on bag fee bills should be very clear that plastic bag fees are intended to encourage people to bring their own bags rather than paying the fee. We've seen that the bag fees lead to dramatic reductions in bag consumption, either through customers bringing their own bags or not getting a bag if they're just getting an item or two. There's a study that looks at the response to Washington, D.C.'s bill, a 5-cent fee on all bags, across various demographics, that shows this reduction in consumption due in large part to the irritation at the idea of paying for a bag happens across race as well as income levels. Second, since the point is to get people to bring their own bags, cities pursuing this type of legislation must be careful to ensure that low-income people that don't already have their own reusable bags can get some reusable bags for free to avoid the fee. Many cities require education and outreach about reusable bags and reusable bag giveaways within the text of the law. Specifically, New York City's bill requires that the Department of Sanitation, that's the agency charged with enforcing the law, would work with local businesses and nonprofit organizations to do targeted outreach, prioritizing reusable bag distribution to residents and households with an annual income below 200% of the federal poverty line. On a practical level, when bag fee laws go into effect, people start carrying reusable bags more often, which presents a good branding opportunity for retailers, businesses, and even politicians to get their name out there. And they'll often want to hand out more reusable bags. But it's a matter of making sure that those bags get into the hands of those that need them. So partnering with local community organizations like tenant associations, community boards, etc. is important. Third, most bag laws include an exemption for transactions paid for in whole or in part with food stamps, that's SNAP or WIC programs. This exemption exists because many legislators feel that the most vulnerable members of low-income groups should receive extra assurances of food security. And SNAP and WIC transactions are a very straightforward place to draw that line. Bill proponents should only point out this exemption after first discussing the incentives for customers to bring their own bags, because only a small portion of low-income customers are eligible for SNAP and WIC programs. Again, the main focus should be on shoppers bringing their own bags and avoiding having to pay the fee. One last thing to keep in mind is that low-income communities are often disproportionately affected by plastic bag litter, in part because they often lack the robust city services and active business improvement districts that are traditionally tasked with cleaning up litter. So they're more likely to have accumulated plastic bag litter contributing to blight. Now you know more about how bag fee laws should address the needs of low-income communities. Thanks for joining me.